Trevor Fogel-Griffiths from iDeLick Media. In front of me today is
Bhupendra Behari.
Bhupendra Behari.
Yeah.
And we're at his exhibition over at the Calumet's shop in Drummond Street. That's Euston, London. And Bhupendra, really pleasure to meet you. Really great to see all these wonderful images and putting this exhibition together. Now, just tell me how this exhibition came together.
It was through my wife and a couple of her work colleagues and friends of mine that decided to do an exhibition. I've always had the opportunity. Well, I've always wanted an exhibition and never thought I was at that level to do one. And they've made this day come true. So yeah.
Now it's all together.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Tell me a bit about your photographic background. I mean, when did you start photographing?
Well, it was when I came over to London, or England. I'd started doing a lot of traveling, and wanted to take images of my traveling that was just not the point and shoot. So to bring back something of the cultures wherever I'd visited, and that's how the whole photographic journey started.
Fantastic. We're just looking through some of the images, walking around, and there's one that I've identified. It's titled "Taking a Break" in Napoli. Now, tell me about the composition of this, and what brought your eyes towards taking this picture?
Well, as we were walking on, this is the place of where Lord Buddha was born in Lumbini in Nepal, and we've got the country is very beautiful and very majestic, and but also very poor as well, very hot, and that's what I try to capture with this group of men that are sort of rickshaw carriers or rickshaw workers, and they were taking a break, trying to find a bit of shade that's made from their rickshaws or covered, and they seem to have been engrossed in their conversation, and that's what I wanted to capture. That even though there's all of this taking place behind them, they're still content with their life and the surroundings that they're in. And
fantastic. Now, this image itself, I can see it's basically not tampered with. It seems like it's come straight out of the camera. Is that what you're aiming for all the time?
Well, I try to do most of my work in camera, so try to get the exposure correct within camera. This one, however, is a black and white. So what I've done is just desaturated the image within Photoshop and just enhance a little bit of the shadows.
Yeah, you've done well. A nice bacall going up the background there. Gentlemen, nice and sharp. I tell you what, I actually feel I'm actually partaking in this conversation that they're having, or sort of a bit like purveying on it. And it's just out of sight. It really does give the energy. I can feel the energy of the place, and I've got to say it's really outstanding. Yourself as a photographer, what next?
Well, what I've been looking at is to do an expose on the homeless within London. So it's going to be a lot of early mornings and late evenings to try and capture their lifestyle and what they're going through in their life. And so that's what's next.
Oh, fantastic. Now, a young budding photographer, let's say, who's just got themselves a nice new camera, for a Christmas present or a birthday present. Now, what advice would you give to them if they go out journeying to these many places that you've been to? What would be the most important advice you'd give them?
Well, one thing is firstly, every picture is a good picture. It's what makes you remember. But for budding photography is always just look at that little bit that gives you an additional edge. So what you feel that country can give back to you, or what you're trying to achieve. So it's just look at the entire environment, look at colors, look at the leading lines, and sort of bring those composition together. But more importantly is get what you're trying to achieve, why you're taking the photo, and try and get that across. And that's what I try to do with most of my images, is what I'm feeling at that time.
and by far you've achieved that. Bhupendra.
That's it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Trevor. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and well, enjoy the rest of the images.
I will do.
Yeah.
Will do.